Okay, I just wanted to go over the sources with you, and I think doing the screencastify will make it a bit more clear. So, when Crowfoot says things like, we cannot sell the lives and men of animals, it does not belong here, sorry, it does not belong to us. What he's really talking about is individuals don't have the ability to buy and sell. You don't have individual rights to the property. That is a rejection of individual rights. To be quite honest, bringing up Thomas Hobbes for this source is really sloppy no matter which side you put it on, because this one is mainly about conservation. And Thomas Hobbes was more about political authority and who should and should not get to make decisions. But when Crowfoot says that you don't have the right to do something, and it's because you're going to abuse that right and it's going to damage things, then he is denying individual rights, and therefore he is more in line with Thomas Hobbes. Because the opposite is, if Thomas Hobbes did disagree with him, he would be saying you do have the right to do whatever you want in terms of private property. And that's what he's talking about, because he's talking about money and, sorry, what's the part here? And selling. So think of those two words as individual rights. Now, your second one, and this was the one that really hurt you, it said, there is an uneven flow of economic resources. A small privileged few are rich beyond conscience, and almost all others are doomed to be poor in some level. That's the way the system works. And since we know the system will not change the rules, we are going to have to change the system. So he is criticizing inequality in America, where a small handful full of people have all the wealth and power, and most people don't. Now, coming to your actual post, you said the third source represents an American oligarchy system, one in which a small few hold the nation's wealth. He's not representing it, he's criticizing it. You need to put that in your first sentence. When you say the source exemplifies the need for change, that the system has been set up, now you've kind of said two things. Because if it was a person who was saying oligarchies are good, you could say he wants to change it to make it more like an oligarchy. Where's that? Someone who would likely oppose this message of wealth gap would be conservative economic. Yeah, free market, I can go with that. Capitalists would argue that wealth would eventually make its way down to the poor and trickle down. You're getting a little bit off topic here. On the other hand, someone who would advocate for the message would be someone like Karl Marx. Now that's okay, but you kind of really shot yourself when you said it represents an American capitalist oligarchy. You're saying that's what the source is about, when it's really about, the easiest way to say it, the source is about a protest to American capitalist greed. Anyways, there were other issues as well, but I just wanted to highlight those 2 points.